Hello there, dear friends, and welcome once again to the Relaxed Fantasy Review. On this channel, we spend our time looking at fantasy of all sorts, from books to movies to video games, and applying the characters within into the tabletop game Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition. Today, we're going to be looking at a core mechanic of D&D itself, a subclass of the monk, straight out of Xanathar's Guide to Everything, the Kensei monk. Monks are normally unarmed fighters and will sometimes use monk weapons, which is pretty much simple weapons like clubs and staves and things, and short swords specifically. The Kensei monk expands on that and is the monk that uses other weapons. They can't have the heavy property, so no two-handed weapons, and no special property weapons. But a monk with a long sword or a battle axe, definitely doable if you're a Kensei monk. The details is where you really got to look, though, because the Kensei monk has quite a few interesting powers. Straight away at level 3, Path of the Kensei, you choose two Kensei weapons, a melee and a ranged. The ranged weapon probably is going to be the longbow, because it does give you the option to pick it, even though that violates the heavy property thing. And then the melee is one of your choice, longsword's classic pick. Once you have these weapons, they count as monk weapons for you, so you can still use Flurry of Blows and other key powers in martial arts when you do this. Now, if you're holding a Kensei weapon, you get a bonus to your AC of +2 when you use an unarmed strike. So if you use your martial arts, you attack with the weapon, you unarmed strike as a bonus action, or Flurry of Blows, whatever, then you get a +2 to your AC because you're defending yourself with the weapon, as long as it's the melee one. If you're using a ranged weapon, then you get to do extra damage as a bonus action. You can shoot with a Kensei shot, and this allows you to do extra damage as part of that attack. It's not quite as powerful as Flurry of Blows, to be sure, or martial arts, but it allows you to add a little bit of extra power to your ranged weapons, meaning that monks actually get a ranged option, which is cool. And then they also get proficiency in either painters or calligraphers' tools. The idea is that they're using their weapon like a paintbrush or a calligraphy pen as an artist. All in all, this is one feature, Path of the Kensei. Extra AC, extra damage, extra weapons, it's all phenomenal. I say 10 out of 10. Then at level 6, they get one with the blade. Their Kensei weapons count as magical for the purposes of overcoming resistance, just like their unarmed strikes would for the standard monk class. And if they use their ki, they can increase the damage that they do equal to their martial arts die. So they can actually use their ki to do extra damage with their weapon. This is really, really good. You already have your weapon dice and your dexterity or strength dice, depending on what you're using, probably dexterity. And now you've got extra damage on top of that. So you don't have to use your Flurry of Blows. You can, I still would, but now you can use extra ki to do extra damage, which is what you want. 10 out of 10 again. Then at level 11, you get Sharpen the Blade. You can use your ki between 1 and 3 key points to enchant your weapon with a magical infusion. This turns a regular weapon into either a +1, +2, or +3 magic weapon for a minute, depending on how many key points you spend. I say use all 3 and make it a +3 weapon. Holy crap, you can just have a regular sword become a +3 sword for a minute? That's insanely powerful for attacks and damage. 10 out of 10, again, the Kensei monk is killing it. Finally, at level 17, Unerring Accuracy. This power doesn't use ki and doesn't have a limitation. Once per turn, if you miss an attack, any attack, whether it's with your Kensei weapon or your unarmed strikes, whatever, if you miss, you can reroll. That's basically like giving yourself auto advantage on a missed attack once per turn with unlimited times you can do it. You can't, if you miss more than one attack, you can't do it, obviously, with both attacks. But if you miss once per turn, you get to re-roll once per turn, which means you're likely to hit. This is bananas strong and is another 10 out of 10. The Kensei monk is, in my opinion, the strongest monk. They get extra weapons, extra AC, magical weapons, +3 weapons if they want it, and they can re-roll their attacks. This is insanely powerful. It is one of the best monks out there. It is a 10 out of 10 subclass and my favorite monk by far. They are phenomenal, and I highly recommend anyone who thinks that monks don't belong on the front lines of D&D, check again, because the Kensei monk is great. This has been the Relaxed Fantasy Review. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below, and keep your eyes peeled for more subclass reviews coming down the line soon. Have a good one, my friends.